channel. Today we will be discussing the rules of differentiation. In the previous video, we have already discussed what is the meaning of derivative and what is the need of reading derivative in economics specially. Derivative by first principle is already completed. Suppose y is a function of x. Y is a function of x where x is your independent variable and y is your dependent variable. So in case of derivative, we are calculating the change of y with respect to the change in x. So that is symbolically written as dy by dx. The rate of change of y with respect to the change in x. By first principle, derivative of first principle dy by dx is equal to limit delta x tends to 0 f of x plus delta x minus f of x by delta x. So this is the derivative by formula by first principle. First principle. And by applying this first principle, you can find derivative directly. So today we will be reading how to find out derivative by applying different rule. So let us start finding derivative by applying different rule. The first case is rule number 1. In case of rule number 1, we will be reading functions in power term. In power term, like a x to the power n. So in power term, if it is expressed in power term, y is expressed in terms of power term, then how can you find derivative? Here y is equal to a x to the power n. So the formula of derivative dy by dx is equal to an x to the power n minus 1. So this is your rule 1. This is your rule 1. Suppose one example we will be taking here. In power term, y is equal to 5 x to the power 3. By applying the above formula rule 1, then dy by dx will be 5 into 3 x to the power 3 minus 1. So this is 15 x to the power 2. This is rule number 1. One more example. Y is equal to 10 x to the power 4. How can find the derivative? Dy by dx is equal to 10 into 4 x to the power 4 minus 1 is equal to 40 x to the power 3. So this is power term. This is about power term. This is example number 2. One more example, we will be solving y is equal to 20 x to the power 5. So dy by dx will be 20 into 5 x to the power 5 minus 1. So this is your 100 x to the power 4. So this is rule number 1 is over. Next we will be reading rule number 2, differentiation, that is your differentiation of a constant. How can you find differentiation of a constant? Suppose y is equal to c. Here c is constant. C is a constant. So what is the derivative? Dy by dx. So derivative of a constant is always 0. Dy by dx is equal to 0. Because in case of constant, there is no change. So derivative will be 0 here. Example, you can take one example here. Y is equal to 100. So dy by dx will be 0. So this is regarding your rule number 2. Next is your rule number 3. That is differentiation of sum and difference. When you want to calculate derivative of sum or difference, so how can you find the derivative? Suppose y is equal to u plus v plus w. then dy by dx will be d by dx of u plus v plus w. So it will be d by dx du by dx plus dv by dx plus dw by dx. This is your dy by dx. This is your rule number 3. Let us do one example by applying rule number 3. Here we are taking one example. Y is equal to 10x cube 5x square plus 100. Then how can you find derivative here? So dy by dx will be d by dx of 10x cube plus 5x square plus 100. Now open the bracket. D by dx of 10s cube plus d by dx of 5x square plus d by dx of 100. So individually you have to take the derivative after opening the bracket. Now apply rule number 1 here. 10s cube. So 10 into 3 x to the power 3 minus 1 plus 5 into 2 x to the power 2 minus 1, and derivative of a constant is always 0. So this will be 10 into 3. So that is your 30. So 30 x square plus 10x. So this is how you can calculate dy by dx. So this is all about rule number 3. Next rule of derivative is rule number 4, that is differentiation of a product. Differentiation of a product. Suppose when y is a product of two expressions, y is equal to u and v, product of two expressions, then how can calculate dy by dx? So that is your d by dx of u v. The product rule will be v into derivative of u plus u into derivative of v. This is the formula of differentiation of a product. This is formula number 4. Try to remember all formula. Try to understand the formula, how it is used in finding derivative. Let us take one example so that you can understand it easily. Let this is one example here. Y is equal to 4x cube plus 2x into 10x to the power 4 plus 5x square. तो ये प्रोडक्ट फॉर्म में है. देन हाउ कैन यू फाइंड? तो प्रोडक्ट रूल अप्लाई करेंगे. लेट इसको हम लोग यू लेते हैं एंड सेकेंड जो एक्सप्रेशन है इसको भी ले लेंगे. सो इफ यू अप्लाई द फॉर्मूला प्रोडक्ट रूल, सो डी वाई बाय डी एक्स will be v 10x to the power 4 plus 5x square into d by dx of 4x cube plus 2x plus the v into derivative of u. Now u 4s cube plus 2x into derivative of v, that is your 10x to the power 4 plus 5x square. Now find out, simplify it. So this will be 10x to the power 4 प्लस 5x स्क्वायर. इसका डेरिवेटिव लेंगे 4s क्यूब प्लस 2x स्क्वायर. इट विल बी डायरेक्टली मैं कर रहा हूँ 4 इंटू 3 12 x टू द पावर 3 माइनस 1 इक्वल टू 2 प्लस 2x का डेरिवेटिव 1 तो 2 एंड हियर 4s cube plus 2x and derivative of 10x4, this is your 40s cube plus 10x. So this is your product rule. Today we will be reading the last rule. After product rule, next rule is rule number 5. Already you have completed rule number 4. Rule 5, that is differentiation of a quotient क्वेश्चन फॉर्म में, रेशियो फॉर्म में अगर एक्सप्रेशन है, जैसे y इज इक्वल टू u बाई वी फॉर्म में है, देन इसका डेरिवेटिव कैसे फाइंड करेंगे? dy by dx. This is the last rule we will be reading today. So this is your v d by dx of u minus u derivative of v with respect to x divided by quotient का square v square. This is rule number 5. Let us try to solve an example by applying this rule number 5. Let for example y is equal to, one example we will be solving now. Let y is equal to, it is in quotient form. Let it is 10 s cube minus 2s square divided by 3 square plus 5x. तो u by v फॉर्म में है. सो ऊपर वाला u न्यूमरेटर and the denominator it is in v form. So this is in u by v form. So if we apply the formula number, rule number 5, it will be dy by dx will be 3x square plus 5x. Derivative of u, that is 10 s cube minus 2x square minus 2s square minus 10s cube minus 2x square. Derivative of v is your 3s square plus 5x divided by v का square 3x square plus 5x. Let us simplify it. So 3x square plus 5x into derivative 10s cube कितना होगा? It will be 30x square minus 4x. Rule number 1 अप्लाई किए. Minus 10x cube minus 2x square into, so 3x square plus 5x का डेरिवेटिव 6x plus 5 whole divided by 3s square plus 5x whole square. Because it is v square, so you have to take the whole square always. Because denominator में जो formula है v square, so it will be whole square. So this is how you can calculate derivative by applying different rule. In the next video, we will be discussing some more rule. If really you like this concept video, then do not forget to subscribe the channel so that you can get more video lesson on different important concept of economics.